As we are just hopefully setting up the predictions in a time for our grand finals. Place your channel points, place your bets.
Yeah, and then if you win, use those channel points in the Inter La Española. We are getting up to 2 de Decima pretty soon. As we begin these grand finals on Def Ora LE here in the top left-hand corner, map spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. The Blues player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. We're going to be representing himself as he's currently teamless, and he shouldn't be in my opinion, but it is how it is. He is on an absolute roll. In the past couple of weeks, he's been building up momentum, and now he's starting to impact. He's starting to really punch his way through. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player, Lord Lurkin's boy himself, representing Intensity Esports. It is MeomaikA.
Does this make Chappie Lord Logan's grandchild?
Sure. Why not? Why not? Yeah. I think that's how it works. And you know what I love? I love how the turns have tabled, as MeomaikA this time is opening up with a gas pool first.
Alrighty then. So we will be seeing some aggression coming out from, I was going to say both of our players, but yeah, now that you mention it, GogojOey delayed his gas, went for a more economic pool hatch gas.
That he did, and because it's MeomaikA, I was really curious because he did this yesterday where he went gas first and he actually skipped Ling speed and got a faster Roach Warren. But this time he did still go for the Ling speed, so he went for that upgrade as fast as possible. But what's interesting is that he did not pull everything out of gas. He still has one mining.
Interesting. So he's not going to be throwing down a Baneling Nest immediately after this, but he definitely wants to make it to the mid game without too much delay. He's not going to be overly aggressive over here. He's not going to be Ling flooding anytime soon.
Yeah, you say that he's making another wave of Lings. It looks like he's going to be banking them up. It looks like he's going to be backing them.
It's more like a Ling pool, right?
It looks like he's going to be pooling them up at home, I should say, trying to keep them hidden from the scout. Ugh.
And it doesn't quite get in.
Yeah, was that enough though? GogojOey, he saw 3 additional Lings at home, which isn't a massive thing, especially because there are 3 across the map. So it still isn't a big tell. And yeah, GogojOey, he's droning up.
Going to be getting his safety Baneling Nest, still quite a little ways off. MeomaikA going to be finishing up that Ling speed, and he is holding down that Z key light. Yep. I am a fool. I thought MeomaikA was just going to pressure.
Nah, mate.
No, he's all or nothing.
He's revealed though, that's the thing. These scouting Lings are so important for GogojOey. He saw them, but you know what? The Lings are already across the map. Baneling Nest is still on the way.
And this is a nice little bit of body blocking here. Oh, but there's a little bit of a gap here in the Queens. MeomaikA thankfully not going to be able to get us around just yet. But this natural base is under a lot of fire.
Yeah, exactly.
I do like the positioning of the Queens. You'll be able to cover that Baneling Nest. So GogojOey, if he buys enough time, should be able to chase this away. But we'll see. It has very little Lings at the moment.
Exactly. Only a couple of Lings left, but the Baneling Nest has finished up, so GogojOey can. There it is. He is morphing in a couple of Banelings, and with that, he should be okay. MeomaikA, he's forced to drone up.
Drone up and back at home, and this is why he kept his one drone in the gas, isn't it? Like, because he knew that if this was going to fail, then, you know, he'd have to transition later on. He needs a little bit of gas for his units.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's important to note that as the attack was happening, MeomaikA was focusing on killing workers. And with now that all's said and done, even though GogojOey was initially droning up, MeomaikA does have the worker lead. Or now we're tied up, actually.
But now he has the lead.
So MeomaikA opening up really aggressive, you know, really concerning his opponent, and what he did was he forced GogojOey to morph in a couple of Banelings, right? He was forced to throw down the Baneling Nest earlier on as well. Meanwhile, MeomaikA has had the luxury of skipping that tech entirely.
He very much has. He's going to be able to make it to the mid game with plenty of choice on his side. So MeomaikA not generally a player to make Banelings himself, so yeah, the fact that he was able to bypass that and is feeling decently safe. I mean, he can't underestimate GogojOey here, but he's feeling decently safe to go into that roach phase.
GogojOey is link flooding right now. He is looking to deny this third base as best as possible, and the problem is that, as you said, MeomaikA, he doesn't have any banelings to defend at home, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to really deal with this. He does actually catch a couple of these things in the middle of the map, but GogojOey, he's going across, and we'll see if he can, if MeomaikA can defend his third.
Well, MeomaikA should be well aware of this now. Might even be forced to cancel his third base and then just defend up on the natural ramp. He does have 4 queens here, which is a lot of range damage potential. Not a lot of links focusing on that third base, but the rest of them do sneak into the main.
Oh,
that's a very nice hold from MeomaikA, not losing his hatchery.
Exactly. He was really nice that he was able to pump out as many queens as he did to be able to defend without those banelings, and he does hold on to his third base quite nicely. Meanwhile, across the map, GogojOey, he's going for his own third. GogojOey actually committing to this tech, going for +1 melee.
Huh. Well, it's good against roaches, yeah.
I guess so. It's just interesting because he has the roach one, and he's even like he's making roaches.
Is not really neglecting that, not just purely using the Warren as a wall. So it's, I'm just a little bit confused of how GogojOey is playing this out. Yeah,
definitely. Like going for +1 melee like this when you're still committing to roaches, when you don't even have a lair, I just realized is quite odd indeed. Meanwhile, MeomaikA, he has his own lair. He's working on roach speed. He's not falling behind in that respect. GogojOey's lair is just so late.
Very dynamic back and forth we've gotten so far. Like Mio going forward with his lings, not getting too much done. GogojOey counterattacking with his own link flood, not getting too much done. And yeah, I think we will be seeing the culmination of this game be MeomaikA pushing across the map with his roaches, potentially.
Yeah. We already see it starting, right? The roaches are starting to waddle across the map. A little bit premature, I would say, because roach speed is still on the way, right? So, again, these roaches are going to be slow, so MeomaikA has to be careful with them. Meanwhile, GogojOey is looking to counterattack with these lings, do whatever he can, but MeomaikA has his own lings to defend, and we will see where GogojOey goes with this. Oh, GogojOey actually going into 1-1, and the queen gets left exposed.
Immediately taken out.
Oh god.
That is the power of +1 melee. MeomaikA allowing that base to fall to be forfeit.
He's committed.
As he just pushes across the map. Yeah, his Goliath Constitution is going to be finishing up here. Needs to equalize the damage at the very least. He has the better army, I would say, and he's got queens with plenty of transfuse energy. It's going to be pretty tough for MeomaikA to break this, but GogojOey, not the best defensive position in the world, even with those spines.
I mean, thankfully he does have 2 spines, but the lings are coming in for MeomaikA. There is a baneling stuck in the back of GogojOey's army, but it just can't get into the lings.
And now it just gets immediately sniped on out. The lings of GogojOey trying to provide a bit of a buffer, but stuck behind the roaches. Here we go, now starting to buffer a little, but not good enough. Their transfuses have been pulled, like... Now the lings are trying to get us surrounded, +1 melee trying to do what they can, but just not enough here.
It's just not enough. Despite the spines, despite the defensive advantage with all of the reinforcements, it's just not enough. MeomaikA is pushing on forward with the queens, with the immaculate transfuses, and the roaches just go straight into the natural.
And with that, it's just looking more and more dire here for GogojOey. We'll be able to get some roaches out, and these Ravagers, I should say. These roaches are a little bit stuck, but even then, even more resources are starting to come in, preventing that wall from getting up.
Oh, that they are.
+1 Carapace will help, but how much will it help is my question.
Exactly, and you know what? This third is under threat. Sure, MeomaikA lost his earlier, but now he's looking to do the same to GogojOey. GogojOey doesn't even have enough army to go toe-to-toe with that of MeomaikA. The queen is still alive.
Very good dodge on the bile earlier on, yeah.
Oh, and MeomaikA, he is slowly starting to run out of steam. Hopefully he doesn't neglect killing this hatchery. Like, if GogojOey is able to somehow push this away and keep his third base alive, that'd be insane.
It really would, but it looks like it might actually happen here. Like, MeomaikA respecting it a little bit too much. One more volley, there we go. Oof. And this is MeomaikA really starting to pull ahead. So much momentum behind that push. And now so much economic momentum.
Yeah, we're in a really interesting situation where MeomaikA is gonna get his third up and running. He even expanded further and took his fourth. But GogojOey will have the better army. He has 1-1. He actually has 1-1-1. He has all +1 upgrades right now. But he doesn't have roach speed. So again, like if he did counterattack across the map with his roaches, MeomaikA will have plenty of time to respond and muster up a defense. So yeah, we're in a really strange situation.
Yeah, you can call it pretty wonky if you wanted to.
He's taking another base!
Why not, really?
He's taking a 5th!
Might as well, right? And ahead get more ahead? Question mark?
Okay then, so MeomaikA, GogojOey, he scouts it, he's like, oh my god, so he's gonna start chipping away at it. GogojOey, I don't believe, no, he sees the other base as well. He knows how ahead MeomaikA is, Jesus Christ.
And that's why he is desperate right now, like, he is desperate to try to cause some kind of equalizing damage. MeomaikA canceling that base. He is a master of misdirection.
Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of that was, especially because the base was almost done. Maybe he needed the resources for his army. He didn't want to be, you know, overly greedy and kind of get caught with his pants down. So interesting that he decided to cancel that. Well,
there we have it. GogojOey not liking his chances to turn that game around. GG immediately called MeomaikA fighting hard, fighting back after last night, making Daddy Lord Loken proud.
GG, well played. MeomaikA taking the lead in this series. What an explosive game, number one. Very back and forth. I like the word you used. Very dynamic.
Yeah. That's word, right?
Oh,
and
boy.
that's generally how it goes when we see these two players here. They love their counterattacks, and now it's just game number one going to MeomaikA. Game number two, though, it's gonna be a little different.
Ooh, that it will, as the lobby has been made, and we are going to be getting in to Lightshade.
LE. It took me a while to figure out they were talking about Lightshade, by the way, when doing the vetoes.
God, do you think they're like, what the lights? Were they calling me out or something?
No, I thought MeomaikA was like asking you, what's your opinion? What map should I go for? And you just like PM'd him.
I did. PM'd him Lightshade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we're seeing it.
Oh boy. All right, here we go as we are loading into game number two. Sure, one of our players does have a bit of a lead here so far in the series, but that is still not indicative of how this will go, how this will turn out.
No, it is not. As we continue things on Lightshade, LE are here in the top left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner. The Blues player, he is coming down from the land of Hong Kong. We're going to be representing himself here, as he's currently teamless, doesn't make sense. So, you know, this is one of the, our most recent Grand Plampus Open champion. Can he continue the momentum with a Demi SEA Weekly championship? Let's find out. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Intensity Esports, as well as his papi in the chat. Already up 1-0 in this best of 5, it is MeomaikA.
MeomaikA, by the way, just been informed by Kuro here, winning another week of NA Ladder Heroes.
Of course he did, mate. I think the stats were released, and for the past couple of months, he has won every single one except for 1 week. I think it was in October.
That was when Cham was at the top.
Feels bad, man. So yeah, MeomaikA, he's on top of the NA ladder. He's pretty good.
Pretty good. Indeed.
I also love that MeomaikA has been spreading his wings a little bit, and for those who are unaware, MeomaikA has been playing in other events as well. He's been actively playing in ESL Open Cups, he's been playing in some Drunk Canadians events. He has kind of been expanding his horizons a little bit, not just playing in our regional events.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he played in, what was it called? The Rising Stars tournament with Ender.
Yeah.
A bunch of other players around. To be fair, that was an invite event, but still, you don't turn that down.
Yeah, he's just become more active in general here in the beginning of 2021, so it's really exciting to see. He hasn't peaked whatsoever. This is the beginning of something for MeomaikA, maybe his best performing year yet. Again, a lot of anticipation for him when it comes to DreamHack for our region, so yeah, we'll see how far he can go.
And it's coming soon, TM.
Soon TM. Ooh, but but here, of course, we have his opponents, and again, like things haven't really popped off so far. Like pretty standard openings from both players.
Yeah, just making use of Light Shade and how well they can really macro here, respecting both of their opponents. I mean, after both of them defended the Link Floods last game, I have a feeling they have a little bit more respect now. Once again, we're seeing the age-old build order choices. GogojOey prioritizing those Banelings to be safer in the early game. MeomaikA skipping Banelings entirely.
Exactly. GogojOey, he is playing this a little more standard, you know, still going for that Baneling Nest just in case, just for safety, as you said, and also expanding and taking a much faster third base. Meanwhile, MeomaikA walling across the map a little bit with his queens, trying to hunt down an Overlord, and still staying on 2 bases. Actually, a lot of links on the way.
Yeah, another, well, could you call it a Link Flood, really? It does get scouted here by GogojOey. And do or die for MeomaikA is pulling the trigger, going all the way across the map, but the Baneling Nest did finish up a while ago.
That it did. Thankfully, GogojOey didn't skip the Baneling Nest, otherwise he would be in a lot of trouble right now. So he does have Banelings on the way. They're so close to finishing up.
But not quite there yet. MeomaikA instead gonna focus on this third base. The queens are so slow off creep. There's not a lot of units here. You know, GogojOey really gonna have to rely on his Banelings over here. Very nice splits here from MeomaikA.
Oh yeah, so far so good. Meanwhile, those queens of MeomaikA have finally made it across the map here to support, maybe even transfuse Kappa some of these Lings. We'll see what they can do here, as the Lings are kind of forced away. They're forced back by the Ling Bane.
Well, no! Yeah, draw back the Ling Bane for a little bit. MeomaikA, this is a mistake. Immediately getting his queens caught in the middle of the map. Forced to pop the transfuses, and it does not help that much. One of these queens will survive, and the roaches are here just to make it a little tougher for him.
Oh, they are.
Without the queens to transfuse, it is not an easy feat here for MeomaikA to take this. He's getting surrounded.
Exactly, like it was such a mistake exposing those queens earlier because they had to waste their transfuses on each other, right? Not on the roaches, and now as a result, the roaches have been overwhelmed. The Lings of GogojOey have taken everything out, and now he is free to counterattack.
Just like so. And honestly, I don't think there's enough roaches here for MeomaikA. He can very easily just surround him.
Yeah, just like so, as we do see the surround does come in. Banelings are coming in as well to help deal with the reinforcing Lings of MeomaikA, and we'll see if he can just barely hold on.
That we shall. He barely holds on, actually taking the supply lead for a little while here, but he hasn't joined up yet.
No, he has not, but he is taking a third base behind this. You know, that will definitely help with the larva. Meanwhile, more Ling Bane production is still on the way for GogojOey, and there's 3 roaches and 1 Ravager here. Oh, God, go home, MeomaikA. I mean, he's continuing to reinforce.
Listen, he's got to be the Roach King.
Oh boy. Okay, he's turning them into Ravagers. He's trying to replenish their health once they do finish up morphing in, but there's just so much Ling Bane here for GogojOey. I don't know about this.
Yeah, thankfully MeomaikA is filling up his Lings very well. These Ravagers targeting down the Banelings of GogojOey. GogojOey can't quite get the connects, but in the end, it is fine. Does manage to get surrounded on the Lings, and now taking out the isolated Ravagers.
That he does. Both Ravagers do fall, only 1 remaining. Meanwhile, we have nothing but Lings flooding across the map, but there are Banelings here to meet them. Oh God!
I'm just trying to take out as many of them as he can. Again, another back and forth here.
Yeah, exactly.
The Venn diagram, no, the pendulum swings.
Exactly, as we do have a couple more roaches on the way for MeomaikA. He still has that 1 lone Ravager and a queen in the center of the map, looking to run into any reinforcements, kind of go back to back here in the center, wall off.
And he will be able to hold that and delay. He's basically 300 right now. Holding a bit of a 300, really. And this gives us the information that he really needs.
It's
he
important
needs to get
note
his reinforcements up, but
yeah, in the end, Leonidas and his Spartans did die.
They did.
Important to note, as the Queen and the Roaches do fall. The Lings are coming back to defend, but oh, there's one bailing here.
And with the +1 advantage of GogojOey, I just cannot imagine MeomaikA quite pulling this off. The bailing connects decently enough, and actually able to get together enough of his reinforcements to pull that back. Sure, Leonidas lost the battle, but I tell you what, they got enough info in the end.
That they did.
They got reinforcements in.
Yeah, that they did. As MeomaikA, he is looking to counterattack with these things. Ooh, this Queen is looking very exposed at the third.
Just like so. But it was a trap!
Oh god, it was a trap in the end. It was saved. I was about to say, if he got that Queen, that's actually pretty huge. Like, Larva and Injects matter so much more for GogojOey because he's relying on pure Ling Bane. Like, he has to make sure he hits those Injects. Meanwhile, he is able to counterattack and take out the Queen of MeomaikA.
Very nicely done over here. The Lings have started coming once again for GogojOey. The Banelings do manage to waddle away and escape. Almost turning around and getting a beautiful connection on the Lings of MeomaikA, but not quite meant to be. Neither player is above 31 workers, by the way. This is such a low econ game.
Yeah, that it is. And it's, I mean, thankfully GogojOey isn't neglecting his upgrade. Jewel pointing it out earlier. GogojOey does have +1 melee. He is working on +1 carapace. Meanwhile, MeomaikA is just relying on nothing but Ling speed and roaches. And it looks like he's trying to circle around, maybe sneak into the natural. Oh, but he does get spotted.
That he does, and immediately going to be trying to take them out. GogojOey will.
Oh god. Meanwhile, GogojOey, he slips into the main base. Oh god.
Absolute massive run by. Gonna be able to take everything out here when it comes to the workers. Or at least forces the evacuation here. And the roaches provide such a nice protection there for the drone. So the third base is gonna have to be forfeit.
That it
and
will.
Gonna be all in.
Yeah, MeomaikA, he just didn't have enough to defend all his bases at once. The Baileys are going into the middle line.
Beautiful connections on the drones. 12 of them taken out already, and there we have it. GG is called. GogojOey evens out that series sideways 1-1. And some really good defensive play, counterattacking.
GG, well played, GogojOey. He ties up the series in such an intense game where things really kicked off as soon as that third base went up for GogojOey. MeomaikA, he just started the aggression. He did not stop. He sent his initial queens across the map, and it was such a bad start for MeomaikA as well. If you recall, it all started where like his queens, they got a little bit ahead of themselves and they hit before the roaches came in, and he lost the queens and he didn't have any transfuses when his main army came into the fray.
Yeah, little slight mistakes like this is something that will absolutely be punished. And when you miss your timing like that, it is very, very hard to get a second chance in the same game like that. MeomaikA did really well for as long as he did, and honestly made it very competitive. There were a lot of times where he came into his counterattacks, and it looked like he was about to, take some incremental advantages over GogojOey, eventually even it out and maybe take the game. But GogojOey, he always had his reinforcements close behind.
Exactly. Oh. Just wow. What a game.
Indeed.
It's been a while since we've had a series like this. Like, even in the past when we've seen GogojOey and MeomaikA go up against each other before, it hasn't been this intense, but it's just been nothing but just skirmishes and constant aggression from both of these players so far.
It was such a scrappy game too. Such a low econ scenario, which I'm definitely all for. Less economy, more fighty, is what I always say.
And that's why you don't make more than 45 workers.
What more do you need?
What more do you need?
Actually, I'm inspired now. I do play Terran. I have mules, so maybe if I learn from MeomaikA and just make 30.
Yeah,
I'm liking that. I am liking that a lot. Here we have it. Continuing on this series. This is not our ace match, as we are in the best of 5. We're going to continuing into not the king match. Oh, yeah, the king match. Yeah, because they're tied up. But it's not the ace match. So, in the top right-hand corner map, swinging all the way in the top right-hand corner, the blue Zerg player. It looked like his opponent was going to get his revenge in that first game. But now he's turning things around. He is so decisive. He is coming down from Hong Kong, representing himself. We have GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pills of Gold LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player, the Red Zerg, going for a 12 full opening, I do believe. We have the Vietnamese player representing Intensity Esports, a tied up 1-1. It is MeomaikA.
Doing MeomaikA things.
Yep, and this is ideal for MeomaikA. GogojOey did go for a hatch gas pool opening, so a pretty standard economic focused opening. Meanwhile, MeomaikA already sending his lings across the map.
There's even more of him out.
Oh yeah, actually. He's got his initial 6, he's making 4 more, but he is not neglecting his natural. He is still expanding.
Yeah, this is a bit of a, I call it the Goldilocks build, if you can, in the ZvZ. You're going to be sending your lings across the map, but they are very, very substandard lings, and you know what you would normally get if you were deciding to have a dedicated, a dedicated link flood. But it does apply a little bit of pressure on your opponent. Your own hatch is going to be delayed, but it's not too far behind either.
Exactly, and your goal is to get a couple of worker kills. This does force GogojOey to pull a couple of boys, and we'll see how good the drone micro will be. We'll see if GogojOey can make sure he loses minimal amount of workers.
And it's getting pretty close, MeomaikA. He wants his hatchery light.
Oh god, he's committed. He's gonna get it.
GogojOey is not letting that be easy, but he does take it. Did not even worry for a single second when the drone surrounded him. He knew he'd be able to make it out there. I feel like that's game.
It's not quite game, but again, that is a really nice lead there by MeomaikA. That is not what you want if you're GogojOey. This is worst case scenario for him. GogojOey does have an advantage, that being his gas. He already, actually he just canceled link speed. What?
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 What? What?
What?
Okay. He restarted. No. Okay. So a bit of a mistake there. He started, then canceled, then he started again. Oh god.
He's shaky. He did not think that hatchery was going to go down. MeomaikA, he has successfully planted himself into the brain of GogojOey. Now, he has complete control of how the rest of this game wants to go. He's getting an Evo chamber. He's getting like
What? Does he have a hockey problem? He keeps starting and then stopping. Hey, look, he just tried to make another Evo. Oh no.
I think he might.
He's falling apart. Oh no. Okay.
He's getting his +1 melee, which might have explained why he would cancel speed, but now he gets the gas for both.
Exactly. He's got, see again, what's happening? Oh god, there is something wrong here, because if he cancels, what is happening right now? So
ping.
They're both playing in the Singapore server.
Yeah.
Oh god, F's in the chat. I'm not too sure what's happening with GogojOey, but again, there was no reason for him to cancel his speed as many times as he did. Like he had plenty of gas to do so. Unfortunately, his link speed will be delayed, so he won't have that advantage over MeomaikA. MeomaikA's link speed will actually finish first because of all of this.
He's gonna have the Banelings behind that. Won't quite have +1, but that doesn't really matter at the end of the day if you can get some Banelings in here. MeomaikA pushing with his queens. He wants to end this, and I cannot imagine what GogojOey's feeling right now, Light.
Exactly. Just, I can't imagine either. So he is working on +1 melee, which means he will have the superior lings when it does come to the ling wars. But GogojOey, as you said, for the first time this series, I think he's not neglecting his Banelings. He's actually morphing in a couple of them, and now the lings are coming in. Oh god.
That they are going to be trying to break this. Well, really what they're trying to be doing is getting some pressure over here while the Banelings continue to morph in. Trying to go for this hatchery once again. GogojOey doesn't want to let that happen again, but it's going to have to.
Oh god, exactly, and all the lings are going down for GogojOey. The queen is getting surrounded, more lings are flooding across the map, and what's important is, mate, here are the banelings, and here are the queens. Oh god, and sure, GogojOey, he's gonna have +1, but mate, where are the lings? He doesn't have any.
He doesn't! They were all killed early on before the Banelings came in to connect! And now he's making a ton. He did finish that third base, so he has a lot of production.
True.
But again, MeomaikA, he's got the banelings.
That
oh no, I think he just lost them.
He did lose them. He ran them in, and now we have we're getting deja vu. Game number 1. The queens are here, but nothing to support. So all 3 queens go down for free.
And that's really the power of +1 melee. And now with Link Speed finishing up here for GogojOey, he's taking that initiative, going right across the map for a counterattack, working on his carapace so he doesn't, instantly die to the banelings. But let's see what he can get done here. MeomaikA already getting his defensive units out.
Oh, that he does, but you know what? There are banelings to defend for MeomaikA, so the links of GogojOey are forced away. And again, he does have the superior links, but he still has to be so careful because of the banelings.
Pretty good splits here from GogojOey, and again, he should be able to do decently well against his 3rd hatch, but Chase very far away. And I'm loving how MeomaikA is trying to hurt this around line.
Oh god,
it's not looking good. One good connection.
And 1 is sometimes all you need. We do have a couple. There we go. The rest of the links are cleaned up. The links of MeomaikA are flooding across the map. What does GogojOey have? The problem is that he doesn't have a defensive bailing nest.
That he really does not. More and more links being sent across the map here. MeomaikA making a couple of roaches?
Because why not? As the links are starting to overwhelm those of GogojOey, the links do get into the mineral line. The bailing nest is on the way, but it is not done for Joey, and it looks like MeomaikA just has too much here as the hatchery is under threat. There is a queen, but it's under threat of being surrounded.
Yeah, literally that one ling was keeping a queen from being surrounded. GG is called! And MeomaikA saw a match point. That was a game where I feel like nothing went well for GogojOey.
It didn't. Losing the hatchery in the beginning of the game was disastrous. It's not what should happen. It doesn't happen, period. It's key to, you pointed out at the very beginning of the game, MeomaikA made a couple of extra lings that you don't normally see happen, right, with a 12 pool. Normally it's like 6, maybe 8 lings. I think in total he made 10, maybe 12 lings that sent across the map, and the reason for that was because he was looking for that hatch snipe, and he got it.
That he did. I can just imagine the despair in the eyes of GogojOey when he was getting the surround with his drones on top of all those lings, but the hatchery still ended up falling. Felt like I was watching slow-mo. And Reverend was pointing out that initially, when GogojOey canceled speed, it was to get the minerals for a 3rd hatch to get some more production in, and that was what kept him in the game for so long. I feel like he had the superior production, but he also canceled it a bunch of other times.
And he threw down and canceled Nevo Chamber as well, right? Like those
twice.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there for GogojOey in his main. Oh god, just regardless, it was just not his game. Everything was falling apart there for him, and we'll see if hopefully he can recuperate as we get in to game number 3
on Jagannatha and Light.
4.
Well, I'll get onto it. Yeah, game number 4. I think I'll get onto it after the intros. We're here in Jagannatha, KBBLE. We're on the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way to the top right-hand corner of the map. He is your Blues player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. He's going to be representing himself as currently teamless. Hopefully not feeling too flustered after that last game. He did want to get into this match as quickly as he could, so it's feeling a little optimistic for him. We have GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Vietnamese Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Intensity Esports and playing for his dad in the stands right here, right now. It is MeomaikA.
Here we go. And I was going to say that MeomaikA, when he gets to match point, he likes to do something a little weird. And especially when he's on Jagannatha.
This map is prime for queen strolls across the map, mate. Like, they can power walk through those speed zones so fast, they may even get there too soon before the roaches get there again and then just die for free.
I mean, it's happened twice in a row now.
It has. Mio, please. He just throws the queens away. God damn it.
You're supposed to protect the queen.
You protect the queen. Protect the queen. God damn it. After this, I'm going to be like MeomaikA. Pretend like your queens are Lord Logan, okay? Keep them alive. Like, look after them. God damn it. Oh my god.
MeomaikA thinks he's playing chess is the problem. He's like, yes, queens, the most powerful unit.
Exactly.
And we did say MeomaikA would maybe try something weird, and this is not too out of the ordinary, but it's definitely unorthodox. Going for a very quick Evo Chamber should be +1, right?
Yeah, I imagine he's gonna do something similar to what GogojOey was forced to do as, oh my god, +1.
I thought it was gonna be +1 melee!
So, a couple of things are crazy right now. He skipped link speed. I was curious if he was going to get link speed with +1 melee, but instead he's just going straight into range, skipping link speed entirely. My god. He really wants that queen push to work.
2 queens at a time. I was gonna say, are we gonna see a Roach Warren, or is he just gonna continue pumping out queens? And I mean, he's producing 2 at a time.
We should see a Roach Warren. Ooh, the Lings are looking to get in, but the drone does block.
Yeah, barely doesn't get the scout off here. Now the Roach Warren is starting to be thrown down. And this is pretty scary for GogojOey. I mean, he might come in for a second scout and notice, hey, you have a Roach Warren over here, but that's kind of normal, especially for MeomaikA. What isn't normal is how aggressive he's going to be with it.
Exactly. The Evo Chamber is key here to be scouted, because then you realize how committed MeomaikA is to hit a kind of timing. As again, the Roach Warren doesn't tell the full tale that MeomaikA is spinning. So we'll see how GogojOey responds here. He's morphing in a couple of defensive banelings. He still is unaware of what's coming his way. He's just playing this safe, you know, expanding, playing this very standard. And that's not what you want to be doing against MeomaikA.
Not at all, but at the same time, you don't want to be falling into the abyss, so to speak.
True. Yeah, you don't want to be forced to stay on one base and then you just can never take a third like Starduck. That's in the chat.
Ouch, yeah. It was this map, too. Oh,
it was.
Too soon, like.
Too soon. But GogojOey, he's setting his things across the map. He will spot these roaches. So he's aware of the composition. And in a couple seconds, +1 range will finish up. As I just realized, we do not have game heart.
That's going to be a bit of a rip. But yeah, if GogojOey clicks on these roaches, he should notice, wait a minute. Here's some pretty good roaches you've got over here. Did he cancel it?
No. I was confused because I just saw it start up. That's GogojOey.
Yep. No worries about that. Now GogojOey spots the Evo Chamber. And now he's got to be thinking, oh dear. I need to make something happen right now. I know just how dedicated you are with this push. I was making a ton of links to try to get, and I love how active he's being with the links too, trying to just get these roaches while they are a little bit isolated.
That he
but
is
just a little out of position. He is.
Yeah, I also fully understand like the spine being thrown down as well. Like he needs everything to defend against this attack. The links come from behind to get a surround on the roaches.
And that was a decent surround, but not going to be getting much damage done here. Unfortunately, MeomaikA started to pull back a little bit. The banelings are so exposed.
Oh, that they are. But you know what? Roaches are slowly coming out for GogojOey. They're going to be key in the defense here. And MeomaikA is not feeling confident to push into that spine. He's kind of like, you know, pondering himself outside here, giving GogojOey plenty of time to get those roaches out.
But now he is starting to attack the spine. Maybe a little bit late. Very nice supply block here for MeomaikA. Did kill an overlord somewhere of GogojOey.
That he did, as I imagine queens are walking across the map, catching what overlords they can. Meanwhile, the spine is uprooted. MeomaikA trying to take out that third, forced to engage with the roaches.
Yeah, and it looks to be a little bit of a better position for GogojOey, but MeomaikA with a far, far superior roach count. And I'm actually not sure how I feel about uprooting the spine line. I mean, sure, it's more forward for the defense, but it's also so much more exposed.
Exactly. Immediately he gets focused down. All the roaches go down. The queens are falling as well. The banelings come in, but what are banelings gonna do against roaches? Die, mate.
GG is called, and MeomaikA, he does this for you, Lord Loken. He's got his revenge. He is proven that in that best of 5, he is still ahead of his rival. GG. Still not saying Lord Loken's dad of the year.
GG, well played. MeomaikA, he was so flustered. He was so upset yesterday after that loss against GogojOey. Like,
He really was. He was like messaging us on Discord, like, I can't believe my streak is broken.
Exactly, and like he didn't even get to make it to the finals either. He got knocked down earlier on. Oh god, it just wasn't his day yesterday, but he was able to sleep on it, you know, kind of get well rested, kind of reset a little bit, and then go into Demi SEA Weekly strong here, dominant over GogojOey.
That is maybe the best way to phrase that. I feel like we've gotten a little bit of, I don't want to say the MeomaikA of old, but definitely what we kind of expect from MeomaikA. There was a time where it looked like GogojOey was never falling for any single one of MeomaikA's tricks or mind games, what have you. Just had a very, very solid mental fortitude there. But MeomaikA, he's managed to find another way to sneak his way in.
That he did, and I don't want to take anything away from GogojOey either, because he did make a series out of it. Like, again, like game one, well, the first two games were so intense and so back and forth, and GogojOey did start things off with a win as well, so he did work for it, and it just goes to show like how good both of these players are, and why they were so dominant last year.
Absolutely. I'd even say that in game number 3, where, you know, GogojOey was making a lot of these very unfortunate mistakes, he still had the right decision making going on. He still was able to make that look a lot closer than it really should have.
Exactly. And just GG, well played. Congratulations, MeomaikA is able to maintain his throne here, reclaim it, if you will, at least in Demi SEA Weekly.
Yeah. Gonna have to wait another week for GPO, but he just took out both of the other members of the Bermuda Triangle.
He did. To get here, he took out Ender and GogojOey. Mate, Demi, when are you signing up?
We need someone to stop him.
Someone needs to stop him, whether it's Demi, I mean, the more likely one, the big fish in the pond, Sheldon, the turtle, I should say, Seether. Where is he? You know, he was in the chat yesterday, if you recall, with Pez, but we don't see him here today.
You know what it is? He just didn't want to watch Pez.
Yeah, wow, feels bad,
Shaking
man.
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head. Oh god, and with that we do close out the tournament for today. Again, like, it was really cool to see a bunch of returning players. Ender showing his face here once again for Demi SEA Weekly, and Chappie showing up for the first time in 2021, for the first time competing. It's really good to see him back. And
making it to the semifinals. Very good showing from him.
Definitely. Really promising there. Another thing that we unfortunately weren't able to cast, but an amazing series that happened was Starduck versus Pez. As you can see on the screen, it happened in the second round, and Starduck took out Pez. Pez, he was on the list. He was one of the players Starduck was just barely not being able to beat in competitive play, but he's finally been able to take him out.
The Grim Reaper has come for old mate Pez, Perry.
That it has. Who's next? Seether and Probe, mate. They're the only Aussies left.
That they are.
Oh boy. Of course, congratulations to Starduck for winning the random raffle of the day. And I'm not too sure, but if you want to support the tournament, support the players, support this scene, then check out the Matcherino page for this event and use code DSW13 to add $1 for free to the prize pool if there are any codes left.
You know what? I can check that.
Oh.
I just was signed up due to inactivity. Yo.
Oh boy. As I think all the codes have been used up.
I think they've been used up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That way. 55, 30. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like 1, 2, 3. God damn.
Wait. 3 no, 3 no, desde 5 minus 5 de 5
beautiful.
2 y 5 no, 1 5 décima 5 5 de décima.
What are you even saying? Thank you everyone for tuning in today. I hope you had a wonderful time. I know we did. It's always it's always a great time to cast Southeast Asian and Oceanic tournaments and players and cheer them on. As a massive reminder, of course, later tonight, I am Katowice, the final day of the World Finals, of the EPT Finals, I should say. It is starting in 3 hours. 4 players remaining. Only one of them will be the champion. Man, who are you betting on? Who do you think's gonna come out with it?
I mean, I feel like I need to commit now.
A real answer. None of this. You gotta commit, mate. Who is it?
Okay, Maru Reina I think will be pretty close. I think...
Whole thing, one player. Whole thing.
Whole thing, one player? I'm gonna say Zest.
I'm gonna say Zest
but I'm
as
rooting
well.
for parting. But I'm rooting for parting.
I'm gonna say Zest as well. Originally, I thought a ZVP finals, so I guess Reina versus Zest finals, but... yeah, I mean...
I think if Rainer can beat Maru, he can win the entire thing, but I don't know if he can beat Maru.
Ooh, exactly. Regardless, there are going to be some insane matches. I know I'm going to stay up to watch them. Maybe. I've been having a lot of those Twitch purple screens of death, so I don't... Maybe I'll just tune into the VOD.
Just waiting for the VOD. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be your live updater. I've been lucky. I've only gotten one Twitch purple stream, so you know what? Subs to the channel. Hang about in that Learn to Swim. If there are people there, I will be your live field coverage.
Yes, yes. Speaking of which, if you want to support the channel, you can always subscribe to the Cranky Ducklings here on Twitch or check us out on Patreon. We appreciate it. We appreciate any kind of support greatly, as it does go straight to the events that we cover, as well as, you know, helping the channel out in general. Recently, we were able to get a couple of new emotes in the chat, which are pretty cool. I love them. I love the platypus. He's amazing.
Yeah, good old Barry.
And if you want to check us out, we are all over social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, as Yaku said. Yaku, where can people find more of you?
Well, where can they find more? Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. It's finally happening, light. I don't have break anymore. Which I'm starting. I'm probably not gonna be streaming for a little while. I might just like do short, like whatchamacallit, every now and then. You know, if I'm feeling a ladder kick, or if I'm like checking out a a game on Steam or something, I might ladder, but do like a short stream. I might do like a short stream, but yeah, not looking too likely. Twitter.com at Empora Yakuzaku! Discord in the chat. That is the Discord server we were talking about. Cranky Ducklings Discord server. We're all around there. And you know what? If you subscribe, you can watch me ride a bike.
You can. You can.
How did that buy my shirt?
A couple of days ago, Yaku did jump on a Discord stream and ride a bike for us.
45 minutes.
For 45 minutes. It was great. No hands sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Sometimes. You can follow me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter as well. I do stream occasionally throughout the week. I do stream ladder sessions. I'm trying to get back into Masters once again. Just trying to, again, I've just been getting that itch to ladder and compete and get better at the game, not just cast. But yeah,
you don't want to be washed up.
No, not like Aries. Called out. Thanks everyone for watching. We will be back in 22 hours, as you can see on the screen, with ESL Open Cup Asia. I'll be casting that with Yaku tomorrow, so if you want some of that juicy Korean StarCraft, we got plenty of it there for you. And with that, do you have anything you wish to add?
Send me your energy. It'll be like just after class.
Oh boy, mate, you're gonna have plenty of turmeric, plenty of Milo. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Ooh. And with that, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you soon. Don't forget about IEM in a couple of hours. Ciao.
Bye. Mela.